Now we're on to part 4 of the Useful Idiots saga because the Halloween Ends defenders just can't stop giving the rest of us mind aids. They just keep going along, making more and more bullshit up to defend the most disrespectful movie in the franchise, period. Now, after the opening scene, they go into this, they start waxing poetic about Michael. His killing spree has now caused some sort of infection through the whole town. And you see people are acting differently now. This is so beyond dumb. Did Michael give everyone some sort of cold? You got one guy, they show he hung himself. But before he hung himself, he got fully dressed up in his Halloween costume. And then he went and hung himself. Do you know how fucking dumb that is? Yeah, I'm having this great Halloween night, but then boom, the Michael Myers infection caught a hold of me. So I went outside and hung myself. Then they show 2 people shot, what's most likely just a robbery or something. And the one scene where you actually have cops. I mean, you don't see another cop in this movie for the whole film, even though the worst mass murderer in U.S. history is out on the loose, and they have no idea where he is on the night when he always comes back. But this, genius cop, wow, do you think that Michael did this? I don't know, jackasses. Have you ever seen Michael Myers shoot a gun? That would be a big no. But hey, throw it in anyway, because the people who are, still supporting Ends, they'll go along with this bullshit. Then you get the scene where I guess the infection must get into Corey somehow, where Michael Myers now reads minds. So I guess the Ends defenders who don't want to watch any more movies of Michael Myers killing people, I guess now what we should have is we could have like a series of movies where Michael's no longer a killer. He's a fucking fortune teller. So you put a turban on Michael's head right over, right on top of the mask, and you go in and he'll read your fucking tarot cards or do a palm reading, or maybe he'll give you that gleeful look in the eye that he gave his new boyfriend Corey when they started both just singing "It's Raining Men" when Michael Myers turned into a fucking 60-something-year-old gay man. He just turned gay that day, that minute. Boom, whim. Jamie Lee Curtis has finally infected Michael Myers and turned him into an LGBT idiot. Is that where the infection brought us? I don't know. The other funny part about this is if this infection is somehow gone all through Haddonfield. But every time you bump into people that live in Haddonfield, they either act like 2018 never happened, like the girl going up going, ooh, Michael Myers to Laurie, just laughing about it, because I guess this jackass didn't know any of the 43 people Michael butchered that night. So now we can just, let's just make jokes about it. Or you get the other people who somehow keep blaming Laurie for the fact that Michael went on a killing spree when Laurie was the only person who was right the whole time. She became the crazy old woman who thinks that there's this figment of her imagination, this boogeyman that comes back every now and then and kills people. Nobody believed her. Everybody treated her like shit. And then she turned out to be 100% right. And what do the genius fucking writers of Ends do? Turn that character right around. Instead of Laurie standing firm that she was right, standing firm in her beliefs, they turn her into a fucking coward that takes belittling from every person she bumps into in this fucking movie. It is utter bullshit. And I also love the way this infection, the way they show Michael, sometimes the infection is bothering him, other times it doesn't. It just comes and goes on a whim. When Corey first goes in to Michael's little apartment in the sewer system, when Michael let him stay over for the night because he realized he found his long-lost boyfriend. Michael's barely moving around like a hunchback. He grabs that fat cop that comes in there. That cop throws him on his ass. Corey's there belittling him, just yelling at him. Michael's in the corner like a scared puppy. And then this guy that is all want to take, he's got to take up the mantle of Michael Myers. Asks Michael to show him how to stab someone. What the fuck? I mean, how retarded do you have to be to literally say out loud, I don't know how to stab someone? I mean, geez, the mechanics of that will just boggle the mind. I mean, how many people, over the age of 3, could you bump into and say, hey, do you know how to stab someone? And they would look blankly back at you and go, no, I've never heard of that. But in this movie, perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. And what happens when Michael kills for the first time with his new boyfriend? Oh my God. Boy, oh boy, you see that effect? That infection leaves right away, and Michael has his first orgasm on film. One of the most laughable moments in Halloween history. All of a sudden, all the beating he took on Halloween Kills, all the gunshots, the stabbings, everything completely gone right when he meets his boyfriend and kills one person. But then again, it does come back later, because when the absolute town schmuck wants to come back and fight Michael hand to hand, all of a sudden, Michael's weak again and loses a fight to the town pussy. Later on, Michael fights a 70-year-old knitting cunt. Michael loses because all of a sudden, he's infected again. It comes, it goes. Michael shows up to kill with his new boyfriend. They must have taken a nice ride on the back of Corey's new motorcycle. And Michael has no problem grabbing a woman by the neck, picking her up off the ground, and pinning her to the wall. Where's the infection then? Comes, it goes, it comes, it goes. This movie was written by a fucking moron who didn't get enough oxygen at birth. And if the infection is making, everybody in Haddonfield that, has anything to do with Michael or, whatever, the killings have had some sort of bearing on their life, so they're infected. The woman who had the most time around Michael has been nearest to him, hand-to-hand fights with him. Michael literally had his hands on her, stabbed her. For some reason, she went from wanting to kill the man to now all of a sudden, she's a fucking monk. She wants to sit down with John Lennon and say, just start up, all we are saying is give peace a chance, even though Michael butchered her daughter. This is the dumbest character turn I have ever seen in movie history. The woman was 100% right. If she didn't train those years and have that house in 2018, she would be dead, her daughter would be dead, and her granddaughter would be dead, because Michael would have killed them all that night. So everything she did going on right up to 2018, she was right. And that night proved her right. So what do they do when Halloween ends? They take all that away and make her into a fucking idiot. She just wants to sit around and carve pumpkins, bake pies, knit sweaters. Just absolute fucking bullshit. Yeah, Michael, I know, for 40 years I wanted to kill you because you killed, a few of my friends on Halloween night in 78. But now that you come back, you kill 43 people in my town, including my own daughter and my daughter's husband and my granddaughter's boyfriend and all her friends. Fuck it, I'm just going to forget about it, forgive you, and I'm just going to go on and live a nice, peaceful, happy life, even though you are still on the loose and could come back and kill her or anyone else in this goddamn town any minute. This writing makes fucking Halloween 5 look like biblical text. It's so fucking bad. Let me just throw into one more aspect of the thing that I see nobody brings this up. People that, want to defend this movie or people who even hate it. Nobody brings this up. Nobody is looking for Michael. Not even Laurie in this movie. That's how dumb that the writers are. Hawkins isn't looking for Michael, even though we had 2 movies where he was saying over and over he needs to kill Michael. Laurie, for 2 movies, needs to kill Michael. Even Allison went out because she said Michael needs to die. But now, all of a sudden, even though the town somehow is all turned evil, but all these main characters who should be out hunting Michael, looking for Michael, all the main characters, they don't want anything to do with it. They just want to go on and have a nice Hallmark film where we can all come together and hold hands. We don't want any violence in our Halloween movie. We just want LGBT rights for Michael Myers and his new boyfriend. What the fuck? And the funniest part about it is, there's a homeless encampment right outside the sewer where Michael lives, and the homeless just know he's in there. So it wouldn't even be hard to find the fucking guy if they just had anyone looking for, again, the worst mass murderer in U.S. history. It's just, forget about it. In a country where, they put Donald Trump on trial if he brings a library book back. But no, fuck it. We're just going to forgive him and move on with our life and just make all the good choices because we are just good people and we just can't hang on to the hate for Michael. Jesus Christ. I think fucking Jamie Lee Curtis wrote this because you have to be a brain-dead Hollywood narcissist to write something so unbelievably fucking dumb and then walk out on the red carpet and tell everyone how proud you are of it. Because, of course, they're going to have her win because, women always, 110-pound women, 60-something years old, they're always beating the shit out of 6'1", 6'2" men that weigh 220 pounds. That's always the way it goes. Yeah, in Hollywood, where all the men are fucking spineless pussies, but on the rest of the planet, that's never going to happen. But hey, let's just throw one more log on the fire of stupid, and Halloween Ends defenders will overlook it all because, this was different. The Halloween fans don't like it because this one was different. It's a complete ripoff of another film, but it's different. Nothing different, nothing new, nothing creative, just total disrespect for Michael Myers and all the fans that kept this franchise alive well before you idiots that now like Ends were probably even born or knew about this franchise. So please, if you like the movie, great. You like a really shitty movie. We all have a few that we like. But stop grandstanding and acting like you've cracked a scientific code and found all the deep meaning of Halloween Ends. And you're going to explain all of the philosophical brilliance. Like you're Jesus standing on a hill speaking to all the people about heaven. You found a movie that's a pile of shit, okay? Explaining what the pile of shit is, looks like, and smells like, we don't want to hear that. Just go on about your day. Go watch some other shitty movies, maybe yell and scream about them, or go yell at your neighbor if he doesn't use the right pronoun for you, or switch genders 4 more times. I don't care, but I am not going to keep listening to your bullshit on this film. And if you don't like what I'm saying, why don't one of you, instead of just whining down below, put up some opposing facts, some opposing opinions? That's what you social justice warriors never do. Because you think facts don't matter to you. Because your feelings matter more. Well, you can go fuck yourself. You can go fuck you. Facts don't care about the feelings, okay? Whether you like it or not, this movie sucks. Because Hollywood got their fucking pedophile-loving, LGBT-loving, fucking bearded men in dresses shaking their ass in front of 5-year-olds is okay hands on it. All right? This franchise may never recover. Star Wars has never recovered from The Last Jedi, and that was a money-making machine. These franchises do come to a point where they fail so badly, they're done. They may make another movie, but they'll never get... The interest they got in 2018, I guarantee you that will never happen again because of this absolute fucking lobotomy that you gave Michael Myers in this bullshit movie.